Lesson 3.7. This is algebra, and this is multiplying with a 0 and a 1. So the question says to find the product. 4 times 0 equals blank. Now, it says the model is showing 4 times 0. So that means 4 groups of 0. So each circle contains 0 counters. See, we got group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4, and there's no counters in any of the groups. So that means we've got 4 circles that each has 0 counters, and so that means we have 0 counters total. So the 0 property of multiplication, that's this big fancy word right here. The 0 property of multiplication tells us that the product of 0 and any number is going to be 0. So 0 times 1,000,000 is equal to 0. 0 times 1 is also going to equal 0. 0 times 56 is also going to equal 0. So down here it's saying that 4 times 0 equals 0, and also 0 times 4 equals 0. So that's the 0 property of multiplication. Now we're going to talk about the identity property of multiplication. So here it says find the product. 6 times 1 equals what? Model 6 times 1. So 6 times 1 means 6 groups of 1. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 groups here. And each group has 1 star. So we have 6 circles that each has 1 star, which leaves us with only 6 stars. So the identity property of multiplication tells us that the product of any number and 1, that means 1 times anything, is going to equal that number. So 6 times 1 is going to equal 6, and also 1 times 6 is going to equal 6. So let's go down here. Let's start with the ones that say 0 first. So let's look at this one. We're going to look at this one. We're going to look at this one. And we're going to look at this one. So we know that 0 times any number, or any number times 0, is going to equal 0. So let's look at this. 9 times 0, what's it equal? You got it, 0. Let's look at number 3. 0 times 10, what's it equal? You got it, 0. Number 5. 0 times 3, what's it equal? You got it, 0. And let's look at number 7. 5 times 0, what's it equal? You got it, 0. Now, let's look at the ones with the number 1 in them. So refresh our memory. We know that the product of any number times 1 is going to equal itself. So here we got 1 times 5. If you're not sure, we could draw one group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would mean that we have 5 blue circles. So 1 times 5 is going to equal 5. Now let's look at number 4. 8 groups of 1. If we have 8 groups and each has one object in it, how many objects would we have? You got it. 8 times 1 is going to equal 8, because anything times 1 is going to equal itself. Now number 6. 7 times 1. It's got a number 1. So we know that 7 times 1 is going to equal itself, which is 7. We're going to take the number right from there. Last but not least, we got 1 times 2. So we have one group, and that one group has 1, 2 in it. So how many we've got? You got it. We have 2. So see that? The zero property of multiplication says that the product, any number times 0, or 0 times any number, is going to equal 0. And then we also know that any number times 1, or 1 times any number, is going to equal that number. And we tested our theory out down here. Awesome job, friends.